Everyone has a favorite horror genre, from zombies, vampires, to ghosts or slashers. Everybody always has that one specific aspect of a horror film that they like. Most people do not know the beginning of the horror genre. What makes German Expressionism so interesting is its mise-en-scène, which includes uses of bizarre shapes, dark tones, and costuming to create a sense of suspense or fear. Films such as The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Nosferatu, and Metropolis are perfect examples of how mise-en-scène within films can create different emotions and tensions. Once Hitler rose to power, German filmmakers and writers migrated towards the American Hollywood cinema and spread the style all over the country. German expressionistic films, with the distorted scenery and the weird angles, causes the viewers to be in the mind of the actors, meaning we see everything through their eyes, through their lens, so to speak. This style was used due to Germany's isolation during World War I. When that happened, Germany had banned all imports, and that includes foreign films. The country went from producing 24 films in 1914 to 130 films in 1918. As a result, German filmmakers used visuals as a way to express the German mindset after the wake of the First World War. Due to this migration, German Expressionism went on to influence many other forms of media, such as animation. Animations such as Batman the Animated Series, Courage the Cowardly Dog, have all been influenced by the German Expressionistic style. As we all know, Batman is a crime-fighting vigilante who dedicated himself to his cause after witnessing the death of his parents. What most people don't know are the major psychological and dark themes and motifs that are included within Batman's mythos. Due to German Expressionism mise-en-scène being created in order to express the German mindset and it being influenced in other countries such as the United States, it has influenced other shows of animation such as Batman. One of the main villains of the Batman mythos is Two-Face, aka Harvey Dent, a former district attorney that was burnt through half his body and now suffers from multiple personality disorder. The character displays German expressionistic style through its animation, character design, direction, voice acting, and the overall tone the character sets whenever he's on screen. Batman animated series creates a tone that fully helps the audience experience the German expressionistic style. The episode of Batman called Never Fear is an episode about Batman's villain Scarecrow poisoning Gotham with his reverse fear gas. Usually this gas inflicts people's fear upon themselves, but in this episode it reverses that. It causes the citizen of Gotham and Batman himself to lose all fear, which leads them to go out of control. The connection in this episode can be seen through the character design and the way the characters behave in the episode. In this episode, Scarecrow's design is very zombified and frightening with a scythe, while Batman, because of the reverse fear gas, no longer has any fear, which causes him to commit acts that would normally break all his rules. This connects to German Expressionism because Scarecrow, while being a character based off of fear, could be argued that that fear is a representation of the fear that German people were feeling during the time of World War I. It also gives insight into the psyche of the human mind, which would show us what would happen if we didn't have fear from stopping us and helping us make clear decisions. Another episode that can be argued would be Batman, His Silicone Soul. In this episode, Batman enters a warehouse to stop some burglars. However, they shoot their guns and manage to hit him. When he looks down, he realizes that he is not the real Batman, but instead he is a robot made to look like Batman. This is similar to Metropolis, where there are two versions of each main character. There are two Batman and two Marias, one robot of each pair and one human. This could be argued that this episode of Batman was inspired by the movie Metropolis, which is also a German expressionistic film in its own right. Courage the Cowardly Dog is a show about a dog named Courage that was adopted by two old people named Eustace and Muriel. In the town of nowhere, they are always attacked by strange creatures or people who are out for their lives. The way this show links to German Expressionism is the style of the animations and the characters.
Return the slab.
What?
return the slab, or suffer my curse.
What's your offer?
In the episode titled Freaky Fred, Muriel's nephew Fred is coming to visit her. However, what she is not aware of is that her nephew Fred is an obsessive barber. He craves to shave Courage to the point where he has no residual fur left on his body. As the shaving commences, it is followed by the sound of children singing a lullaby, which gives it a sense of creepiness and anxiety towards the actual scene.
The look upon my young love's face was sweet as lace. But in this case, I realized she...
Soon after, it was discovered that Fred was an escaped mental patient and that he had gone to his aunt's house to escape. However, when Courage discovered this, he contacted the facility and they recaptured their patient.
But then my landlords did presume to free me from that porcelain tomb and ferry to a private room your hero, ever Doughty.
Clearly, as you can see, this scene was inspired by German Expressionism. The angles and music of this scene were meant to give the audience a sense of unease and anxiety. In another episode titled Perfect, Courage is visited by an old woman who wishes to teach him the ways of being the perfect person. However, due to the nature of his character, Courage is clumsy and dirty, and this does not satisfy the requirements of the old woman. This causes her to completely abuse Courage both mentally and physically, and causes him to suffer sleep deprivation, which gives him nightmares. In these nightmares, Courage is visited upon a creature that has a fetus-like form and is theorized to be the child of Satan. Clearly, you can see how German Expressionism influences this episode, not only visually, but also psychologically. It could be argued that emotions felt during this episode were the same emotions the German people felt during World War I. This is how German Expressionism has influenced many forms of media, including animation. The style, technique, and storytelling used within German Expressionism is obviously displayed in modern animation. Thanks to the influence of German Expressionism, many of the shows and films that we enjoy today were made.